Now, what I really want to show you is examples where there is filtering. And the last example, we're going to do an example where there is a WAF, web application firewall. So they're more realistic. Well, this is very realistic here if there is no security, but the next ones will be even more realistic in websites that actually have put some time into implementing some security rules. So as usual, again, test everything, use it as a normal user, test all parameters. But I know that the search here is the vulnerable one. So we're going to start testing it straight away. And we're going to test it with normal stuff. So we're going to start with a normal HTML injection. And as you can see now, it's saying tag is not allowed. So it means that it's somehow able to see that this tag is not allowed to be used, the B tag. So let's try some other tags. Let's say I for italic. Again, if you check, tag is not allowed. So you could check a number of tags that you know, a number of HTML tags that we know, and you'll notice that none of them is allowed. So therefore, we will know that HTML injections are not possible on this specific page because they are filtering every single possible HTML tag. So let's try a script tag. So script is a HTML tag still, but let's just try it this way because I want to show you something. So we're going to do script, and we're just saying spider in the middle. It doesn't really matter what we're saying in the middle. Again, it's telling us that the tag is not allowed. No good. Now, in my courses, I show the way of bypassing firewalls or filtering, whatever you want to call it, by doing stuff like this. So SC capital RIPT, and then put, for example, a capital P in here. So hopefully this will pass whatever rules that they have, and then we'll be able to get it to run. So again, if we do search, you get tag not allowed. So that means that even if we capitalize some of the letters and play with them, we're still not able to bypass anything. Now, there's a lot of trial and error in this. You can try a lot of things, but this particular example has all tags disallowed. You can't actually use any tag that you can think of. Any HTML tag, any JavaScript stuff, it's not going to work in here. Therefore, in cases like this, it's always worth a try to try a tag that doesn't even exist, like blah. So this is not really HTML tag, it's just whatever. Go search, and perfect. We are able actually to run this page. And if we inspect this element, you will notice that the blah tag, even though it doesn't do anything, even though this tag doesn't really has any significance, we can see that we do have a valid tag that is being injected in the page. So we have blah, whatever text we typed, and then it's followed by blah. So that is good because now we can try to use HTML attributes to inject JavaScript code within this tag. So let me show you what I mean. We know this is fine, and these two tags are actually being injected in the page. It's not really affecting the spider, but they are being injected in the page, and we managed to bypass whatever security they have by injecting these tags. Now, this as is not a vulnerability, but if we can put some attributes in here and get these attributes to do something useful on the target page, then we have discovered an XSS if we manage to get it to run an XSS. So there is a number of events that we can use to run JavaScript. So you can go on Google and look up for HTML events that you can use to run JavaScript. I've also included here an XSS cheat sheet to list all of the possible events that you can use to run JavaScript in here. So you could try them all. A very good one to try with HTML tags that actually mean nothing, like this one right here, this is not a valid HTML tag, would be the onFocus. So we can say onFocus, I want to do an alert, and that in that alert, just show me number 2, that's fine. So let's try it like this. Now this is not really gonna work because I'll tell you why. So let's just try it like this though, and make sure that whatever code we put is not being filtered. I really like building my payloads step by step so that if something fails, I know what failed. So now when I type blah onFocus, I want you to run alert 2. We can see everything in here. Nothing is being filtered. So we know that so far we are heading in the right direction. Now, obviously, if we click on it, we do anything, the code is not getting executed. That's fine. because this element is not really a real element, like I said. So the onFocus only makes sense if you're using it on a text box. And it basically means whenever this text box is in focus, I want you to execute whatever code I put after the onFocus. Now, the blah is not really a text box. It's not really an element that can be focused. Therefore, I need to tell HTML that this is a focusable element, if that makes sense. And we do that by giving it a tab index. So I'm going to say tab index for this element is 1, meaning if you press the tab button on your keyboard to move through the elements on the HTML page, this should be one of the elements that you can tab through. It's an element that we can focus. We're basically telling the browser the blah element should be treated like a text box so that it can be focused. And then we said once it's focused, I want to execute this JavaScript. So let's click on search. And if you look at the code in here, as you can see, so this is the code that has been injected in here. We're saying blah, onFocus, we want alert 2, and tab index is 1, like I said, so that we're saying this is a focusable element. And we can see that nothing from our code got filtered, nothing got removed. This is exactly what I placed in the HTML box, and I got it all injected in the HTML page. So far I'm doing good. So far it should run. And let's close this and just click in here to focus it. And perfect. As you can see, we got our code to be executed. We got our alert message with number 2 on it, meaning that our JavaScript got executed. And this means that we managed to discover or exploit an XSS vulnerability in this page, even though this page prevents us from inputting any type of HTML tag in this text box.